twitch.tv/starber.
Okay, it's working tonight. Shocking.
Hey, Phoenix. Hey, Mikey. How you doing?
Okay, I think we already spoke to him, so I think we can move. Detention Center! October 7th, Detention Center.
Audio
Visitors
is
room.
working.
That is good to hear.
Audio is working.
Thank you for
You
telling
are
me.
welcome.
That's 20 minutes! We've been waiting here. 20 minutes!
Maybe I should complain? I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us.
You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. I've watched too much TV.
Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you?
Waiter! Waiter! Waiter!
Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Yeet! Ma'am, get out of the walls.
What? Where'd you come from?
Ma'am, why are you living in my walls?
Well, anyway, please have a seat.
I'm nervous, Apollo.
It's silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Juicy? You're a magician, you're a witch, aren't you?
That's right. Okay.
No, not the hat guy.
I'm the amazing Mr. Hat.
Thud.
Eek! She passed out.
Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet.
That's magic panties, Apollo.
Introductions? Hi! No! Work! Melon DS.
You want a Maserati? You want a hot body? You better work, bitch.
Escaping trouble. I'm gonna make a save state in case something happens. Shift up 1. That's good. I'm going to keep that in mind for buttons I can press. Well, I'm your defense.
You know you can map that to whatever you want, right?
I really think it has to be fate, you know. Yeah, I know, but I haven't done that. And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Apollo, don't say that. Tell me, what's your sign?
I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo.
No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seemed. Your name? So, what's your name? Oh, right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo Justice.
And I'm Trucy Wright.
I know, this is getting nowhere fast. The case. Hey, I know, maybe you can tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately?
Well, the other day this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me directions.
Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Well, that was fruitless. Though I think I understand despair a little better now.
You did good, Apollo. Look, she's doing her nails!
What? Are nails more important than the fence? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. Suspicious. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure. I feel like a teenager on the first date. And this is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school.
Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo.
It's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Misham. The address is for Drew Studio. Vera's card added to the court record. And you're giving me this card because? Well, looks like we're finished here.
I wonder if Drew's studio is the scene of the crime.
Let's go find out. Drew Studio. October 7th, Drew Studio. Wow, it looks like a studio. Great observation, Apollo.
It's like life imitating art. Or maybe it's the other way around.
Like art imitating life? Life imitating art?
But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring. I don't care who's imitating who, just stop it.
Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene.
Apollo, look at all the paintings.
Hey, don't touch those.
It's okay, I'm just looking with my hands and my tongue.
Not with tongue.
Huh? Apollo, look at this one.
Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath.
But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all.
Yeah, good point. That is odd. Drew Misham. Misham's painting. Painting added to the court record.
Paintings. All the paintings have a really different style, too.
Who is this?
Ah, I thought I might find you two here.
Oh.
Mommy! Long time no see!
Oh? Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too.
You know about the trial simulation tomorrow.
I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh?
We don't even know what the case is about.
Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham.
Misham?
And his daughter was put under arrest.
Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center.
It was funny, though. Her face. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who could commit murder.
You don't say. Not even
I
by
do
poisoning? That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman.
Poison?
Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my stackoos.
We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around, which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene, or else.
Oh boy, what to examine?
How about Emma? Eek! Apollo! That's where the body was!
That's the spot where Mr. Drew... It is Misham.
Drew Misham.
Misham. Mr. Drew Misham passed away.
Drew Misham.
He put the coffee mug to his lips, and the next moment... There's quite a bit of paint on the ground.
See the half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died.
Wow, a true artist to the end. That's dedication.
Or maybe he started a year ago and was procrastinating, like some artist I know.
Why you looking at me? That letterbox looks funny sitting inside a room like this.
Let's take a look. Empty.
It's in a book.
The other half of the letterbox is actually connected to the outside of the studio. Mr. Misham?
Misham.
Misham. Meh. See, I keep not thinking it's meh. It's Misham. I think seeing it's Misham because
I'm familiar with your problem of second guessing yourself.
yeah.
With pronunciations.
One more time, I'll probably be able to get after
Mish.
this. Misham.
Misham.
Like
You
mission.
know-
Like
you know that-
mission, but Misham.
Yeah. Also, you know that tire brand Michelin?
No.
Oh, never mind then.
Misham. Okay. I think I got it now.
Don't you miss him?
Is there a joke with his name though? Drew Misham? Is there a joke with that?
If anything, there would probably be a joke with his daughter's name.
Vera Misham? Vera Misham? Vera Misham? I don't know. I
The-
can't. She's
The
19.
defendant accused of poisoning her father, Drew Misham. Avai says guilty.
Why is it frozen?
Detective obsessed with forensics, in charge of the initial investigation. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready.
Mr. Misham would put his letters in here, and the postman took them away.
Impressive that someone still writes letters in this day and age. Or wrote, rather. Past tense. Because he's dead.
He is dead.
Hey! There's a painting hidden back here. Abe says,
Hey, you're right.
My name is actually Tivum. What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it?
You certainly seem pleased by the possibility.
Huh? It's so normal.
Looks like the other painting.
Boring.
That's hardly something to get mad about. Looks like the other painting but finished.
Huh? What is it, Polly? Does it look like the other painting but finished?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... Never mind. I better get a professional opinion on this. Hidden painting added to the court record. Who's professional? What professional are we talking about? Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug.
Aha! So the poison was in here. This was my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee.
I would hope so. Poison coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee.
What?
You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not
Obviously,
on
that
your
means-
side after all.
Obviously that means the poison was on the mug.
Coffee mug added to the court record. Yeah, wasn't there another case like that? I think we're wrong.
The one with the imposter.
Yes.
That also involved coffee and poison. I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oil. You know how they're so thick and juicy? Is that the word? Viscous?
Viscosity.
Fruity flavored?
These paints are all dry. Very observant, Apollo. Hang on. Grabbing a blanket.
Apollo, he missed out on the hot paint drying action. He was hoping to watch.
Whoever you said yes, because I did not hear you. So I was grabbing a blanket.
Apollo Apollo is bummed that he missed out on all the hot paint drying action that he was hoping to watch.
He was like, this is a chemical reaction. I think, oh, that reminds me of a time when I was in my organic chemistry lab, and we were doing something boring called distillation, which is basically you're just waiting for something to boil so that the liquid will kind of drain to the other side because of pressure and all that shit. But we were doing that, and it takes a really long time. Sometimes. I was just like, wow, this is just like watching paint dry. And then my lab instructor comes up behind me and she's like, actually, that's a really interesting organic process. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Like, no. Anyway.
You were like, this reminds me of paint drying, and your professor comes up behind you. Finally, a fellow enthusiast.
No, literally. It's so funny. I make fun. That man, I fucking love him because he's just the funniest clown, but oh my god, that shit was just, that, I will always remember that. Like, that was just, cause he came out of nowhere just to say it, and then he left instantly. It was funny.
Well, if you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
No, but that's weird. I'm just surprised at how different these all are.
Yeah, what's going on with this half-finished one?
It must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below. And how it kind of looks like... How it kind of looks like, that little thing right there. Kind of looks like that. Anyway. Moving on.
That's so weird. The sketch part doesn't really fit the finished parts.
I noticed. That is weird. Lots to examine in here.
Have you tried sliding to the right? Slide to the left.
I totally did not forget what that was a button. Let's take a closer look at desk here.
Ching, ching, ching. Love the shutter clicking.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hey Apollo, what's this feather thingy?
Isn't that pen like an old-fashioned quill pen?
But it doesn't have a pointy end.
That was most likely for sweeping dirtiest off the desk.
Detritus. Wow, you sure know a lot of Wow, you sure don't know a lot of words, Emma.
What's detritus?
Detritus. Like,
is that just debris?
Debris, dust.
I've never heard it called that before. New word.
That's why you're not a forensic investigator.
Word of the day. Bold and scientific. That's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific?
It's a word Starburst didn't know, for one.
Something about the way the figure is posed.
I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See? You're making one of your flamboyant, campy, gay gestures.
Please, I am a professional.
A professional Clavier's cocksucker?
That, but, I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Does it know I'm a cocksucker? So this is Drew... What?
Specifically Clavier's?
I mean... so this is Drew Missions?
And this little girl must be Vera.
Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close, a happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Ah! Look, I was personally against that, okay? Just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Uh-huh, right. Scientifically, is this...
Ooh, cute. Look at that tiny frame, Apollo. It's like a picture frame for
Tiny
mice.
is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that?
None, apparently. It's empty.
There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on the desk?
This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames.
Is this a journal?
Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he?
It's new. He didn't write a single line.
Ah, you had me going there.
This envelope had been opened and resealed.
Ooh, I know how to do that. Take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh?
Whoever did this wasn't so delicate.
You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? The postmark in this letter is from 7 years ago.
7 years ago, back when I was a wee lad.
Why would
It's
someone
addressed
open?
to the hero of time.
Why would someone open a letter and then seal it again? I better hang on to this. Red envelope added to the court record.
Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. They look so yummy. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We could repaint your suite, Apollo. How about this shade of Shrek Green?
That'll be enough of that, thanks.
Is this disc for painting, Apollo?
That would be a drafting table.
Drafting?
Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams.
Wow, painting is harder than I thought.
Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too?
I mean, in this economy? What is all this equipment here for? Doesn't look very artistic, really.
He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and woods too. Though his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years. This corner
Say
doesn't.
7 years?
This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio.
Ooh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make trick coin.
This is a crime scene, Trucy.
But these cost like $50 at the magic shop.
Let's take a closer look at. Oh wait, no, I already did this. Happy Bear, I already did this. I don't think there's anything else of interest here.
At least we still got to hear the shutter click sounds again. What is all this equipment here for?
I'll talk to Emma in a
$50
sec.
at the magic shop. Apollo, look! It's been opened once here.
You're right. I wonder if there's some way we can see what's inside.
Should I try to get it open and then stick it back shut?
Let's not tamper with the evidence, shall we? I've got a better idea.
Mommy! Let's ask her!
M.
Hey, look there! That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about.
Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee is in this blue. No, this stain is probably... better ask Emma.
Well, obviously that's a lipstick stain.
I just look at these. Oh, I can actually... examine? What's the point of this?
What isn't the point of this? Hey, Apollo! This painting, I know it!
Huh? Really?
It's that story where the old woman is doing the wash in the river, and this giant peach comes a-floating on down.
That might possibly be the strangest thing I have ever heard.
The story of Momotaro.
there's anything else.
It's an old Japanese folktale about a baby born from a peach, and he like grows up to fight some demons on the mountain or something.
That's weird.
You're weird.
Yes.
Oh, look at this painting! You can see the rough sketch.
To be fair, most old, like, nursery rhymes and just old, like, children's tales are usually quite strange.
Yeah, but you're quite strange because you live in the modern day, and you and your professor are fellow paint dry washing enthusiasts.
I am not. Oh, looks like it was only half completed.
Huh? That's funny. Did the rough sketch and the finished painting look totally different to you too?
Oh yeah, we've already mentioned this.
What's all this said?
Is that a pufferfish?
Apollo, that's clearly a porcupine fish.
They're not the same thing?
You know what gets me? They've got all these needles, right? But what's protecting that soft spot in the lower belly there? Nothing. It's like a dragon.
Must remember to keep Trucy away from small, round fish.
I'm going to eat them.
Well, what do we have here? It looks like a person thinking about something.
Maybe they're worried?
Like, what should I have for supper? A hot dog or a hamburger?
You know, I've always wondered about that. Why is there supper and dinner? Are they different meals or the same thing?
Maybe that's what this person's thinking about.
Or maybe this person is wondering, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Is Starburst a fruit or a vegetable? What a pretty business card. Looks like a postcard almost.
And on the back, just her name.
That seems odd to me.
You're odd, Trucy.
Yeah,
what does?
So? Why write your name on the front and back of the card? Why not use the space on the back for a self-portrait or a caricature? Then people will remember what you look like, too.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Here, give me one of your cards, Paulo.
She's drawing something. Hey, my hair's not that spiky.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Hedgehog.
Looky here, a handwritten signature. It says I can't read it.
That seems odd to me. I mean, isn't the signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it?
Is it enough if you can read your own?
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
I think I've already examined that before.
Have you examined Emma?
We're about to talk to her now. The victim.
So, this Drew Misham, was he some kind of artist there?
Apparently, did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans too, for what it's worth.
Oh? Well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance.
Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end.
What do you mean, to anyone?
He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he put in that letterbox there. Letters? Do people still write letters?
What do you mean, Apollo?
I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter?
Don't most people use email and stuff these days?
Not Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail.
Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know?
Letterbox added to the court record. In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera.
Oh, you mean to kill her?
The suspect, please.
We took some fingerprints, and of course, the only ones found in the rooms were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically.
Basically?
Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. Happened during the interview, apparently.
His first interview ever?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? The defendant. So, this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right?
Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside.
She did kind of give off a withdrawn, touch grass sort of aura.
She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'll die if they took her outside.
That does sound like a scene.
In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company.
Her good luck charm?
Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside.
Why can't I ever get a normal client?
But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad?
Don't look at me.
So apparently about the poison, it was found in his coffee, right?
No, not precisely.
Not precisely? What does that mean?
It means see for yourself, I think.
I have the crime. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make the good articles.
And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview.
Around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill. And died. Oh.
And died? No, he's still alive. She poisoned him on the night of the interview? Wouldn't the reporter see?
He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back of the room. Supposedly that's why she didn't notice he was there. It was a reporter who called the police, in fact.
Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone's suspicious, it's the reporter!
Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that.
Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Forensic science.
No, you don't.
I bet Emma could help us out here.
Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo.
What are you two whispering about?
Well, I was
About
thinking.
how pretty you are.
I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do, scientifically?
You know me too well. Okay.
Okay, mean we get our scientific now?
Oh, I suppose just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out.
You go to the present menu and you give her presents.
Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim.
Yes, well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain.
I'm pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma.
Right. Okay, you got me. That's left over from my testing spray.
Forensic science? I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Mommy.
It's not a hobby.
So, what kind of scientific stuff were you up to?
This spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison.
So the poison that killed the victim was on the mug.
That's right, see? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to
So
the
what
rim of
color
the
does it
mug
turn-
itself.
So what color does it turn when it touches antidote? Orange?
Yeah.
Wow, science is amazing.
It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more.
You should try buttering her up, Apollo. Here, just take this tub of butter and this knife.
Oh my god.
They say flattery will get you everywhere.
Certainly worth talking to her a bit more. About poisons analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine? Quinine?
Atroquinine. Atroquinine. I'm assuming. How to pronounce...
Probably is atroquinine.
Atroquinine. Howtopronounce.com. I will hit this button. Atroquinine.
Atroquinine?
Atroquinine.
Atroquinine. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found the autopsy.
The autopsy.
Autopsy. So many words. Uh-oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most
She's gonna start a fire.
virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown. That's fine, really. We don't need to know all the gory details.
Oh, you want to know the gory details? I think I get it. You just spray this stuff on something you want to test, right?
Precisely. You can find even the slightest trace of poison with this.
I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please. Oh, sorry. I want to try too, Mommy. Pretty please.
You don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course.
Yay! Let's give it a whirl, Polly. I'm gonna spray it on you.
Ah! What are you doing?
I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you.
How's this for a reaction? Never do that again! I'm not poisonous!
You are exhibiting a lot of toxic masculinity right now, though.
That hurt!
Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand.
That hurt! Let's just get down to checking for real poison, shall we? Poison. Poison. Spray. Why is nothing turning blue?
Looks to me like that figure was turning blue.
The what?
The figure.
Oh. You're wrong.
Your mom. Too bad. No reaction there.
I'm sure I've checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second.
What is it, Apollo?
Did you spray that little desk over there?
I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know?
Let's check it out, just to be sure.
The frame?
The little lens!
Eek! Reaction, Apollo?
Oh, that makes sense, because it was a little glass thing, and they said it didn't have any glass or anything on it, so it was emptied! Ah! Where?
The inside of that cute little frame, look!
Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy!
Thank you, Mommy. I've been known to work magic.
Never mind that I was the one who found it! Tiny frame.
Shut up, Polly.
Added to the court record. Why would the inside of this frame have poison on it? It looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case.
Time to examine the little frame. In 3D! Ooh!
It looks like you have to take this back part off first to put photo inside.
It'd have to be a really small photo to fit in there.
True, and the pale bluish stain. Why would there be poison in a place like this?
Well, there's one obvious reason. Whoever put poison in the coffee rubbed a bit on here, too.
That's not very obvious, Trucy.
Your face isn't very obvious.
I don't think there's any more to examine with this. I think we just have to present shit to Emma. Emma, what do you think about this? Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Look, I'm a detective. A detective! You can't just ask me any old thing and expect an answer, okay? I think you need to be a little more focused in your inquiry, scientific even. Somehow I knew she'd get around science. Okay, red envelope? Nope. Oh, Emma, about this. Oh, that? Yes, why that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy.
Someone opened this, didn't they?
My lips are sealed. Your lips
So
are
that's a
sealed?
yes.
That's a first. You mean you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I read it after all.
Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open?
Ha, please, I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Now that I have a powerful weapon on my side.
A gun?
No! The use of tools, highly specialized tools for gathering information. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on.
You should try flattening her, Apollo. They say a little pressure can open big doors.
Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About
That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
About the envelope we found, I was wondering if you could help us out with the tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. Too late.
You wanna know about my tool, do you? X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist?
That's right. At least that's what I call it.
Huh?
It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray specialization something. How am I supposed to remember all that?
So basically it lets you see inside things. Like envelopes?
That's right, you're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than
Mommy.
that, in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically.
Can I try it out, Mom? Please?
Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself.
Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead.
Point that thing at me anymore, and it might all fall out.
And I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Duh.
Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on sample first. It just so happens I have a lottery ticket here. You set the sample on the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all angsty. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope.
Always look at the right side of the screen.
Layer view?
You've got it set to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn the dial there for me, would you? I'm not turning it, but thank you. That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan.
Hey, I got something!
See, that's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn it down a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys.
Wow, really?
This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer. I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit if you would.
The image? You mean touch the screen with my Nintendo DS stylus?
Rub it hard. Rub it real hard. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn it down again, just a little. I'm not turning it. Good, now you can rub the image to fix it.
Hey, I get it. I can use my Nintendo dual screen stylus. We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. I
Exactly,
love the
not
Nintendo
bad.
DS. Thank you, Nintendo. Let's do some more. Let's all go buy Nintendo products.
Pull it down lower. Okay, I suppose we fix it. Is this too low?
Yep,
Aw, man. Sad.
you're sad.
You lose.
You lose. Remember the SpongeBob episode where Squidward was obsessed with the crane game?
I can see what this says now. It doesn't want me to do it again.
Yes.
Even though I can clearly see what it says.
Not clearly enough.
But I'm at the lowest it can go without it screaming at me. So if I go any lower, it's gonna get mad. I suppose I can go higher.
Zero, 049, you lose.
You're telling me that's not clear enough still? Okay.
Wow, that is stupidly picky.
Yeah. Okay, let's print this one out.
Ouch! You lose.
At least you know where you stand, eh? Anyway, now you see the true hidden power of the weapon, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? I don't want to try it out on the real thing. Given how
I want
fucking...
to try it out on your mom.
Pain and suffering.
Pain and Panic from Disney's Hercules.
My dearest...
Mission.
My dearest Hercules.
My dearest Megara, how are you doing as a boss fight in the video game Hades?
Dear True Mission. I want your mother. Okay,
Mr.
let's
Drew
write this
Misham,
one out.
I will pay you, Mr. Drew Misham, I will pay you $100,000 if you let me marry your daughter. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Misham's account? His paintings must be really valuable.
There's another page in there. Care to take a look?
You bet I do. If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all.
Here goes with the second page then. Game mechanics, game mechanics. Oh, game mechanics.
We love touchscreen gimmicks. Now imagine trying to do this with a Wii remote.
Oh my god. Okay, let's print this one out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp.
So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings.
Wild the secrecy, though. And
what?
why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right?
Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma?
Well, indeed.
Mommy?
She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's
I know a
keeping
lot of
Mom about it.
I know a lot of things I don't tell you.
She's keeping Mom about it? Mum?
Mum's the word. You've never heard that expression?
Nope. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime? Ah, I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear.
I thought so.
I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Bruschel.
Bruschel?
He's at their scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you?
Really strange.
It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a witch. A witch? Well, if it's not true, see, that leaves only one other person.
Of course, because there are only 2 witches in the world. It wasn't Valent Grammary by any chance, was it?
Yeah, something like that. He got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valent Grammary. Looks like I'll be heading out to the Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you the reporter's card if you want. Russell's card, add to the court record. The business card reads Spark Russell, freelance journalist.
I guess you gotta have a good business card if you work freelance.
Really? What's this? A camera lens finder.
Do reporters take photos too?
I guess if he's freelance, he'd have to.
Maybe you should try being a prosecutor and a defense attorney. You don't always.
Why don't I become a rock star too while I'm at it?
Why don't you?
Was that a dig at Clavier? I want to see what the back of this
No,
is.
I think it's a dig at Trucy and how unrealistic her suggestion was.
Top dollar for information.
$1 for information.
What's the fucking... I don't like that. Anyway.
It's me, Spark Bruschel.
Anyway, I think we're done here.
Your new favorite Ace Attorney character.
October 7th, Sunshine Coliseum.
Woohoo! This is it, Apollo. The place where magic and dreams converge.
Just a while ago was a place where murder and nightmares converged.
Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent.
What about the case?
Whoa! performer laughs like that. Why are you as a performer?
Miss Trucy! How often I hoped we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Uncle Valen, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. And so is Apollo. Right, Apollo?
Oh yeah, so
of
happy.
course you are.
Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits.
Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show. I beg you.
Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as I shall perform.
Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture.
The world will watch in wonderment as Magnifi's illusions are reborn. Here, on stage, by my hand.
The big show.
Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Gramarye Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Gramarye. If that terrible thing hadn't...
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, a valiant Gramarye, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valen. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnifi's illusions again.
She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? Magnifi Gramarye. There you go.
My mentor, the magnificent Magnifi Gramarye, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience. He did 9/11. And then they sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound.
I'm guessing the memory was a bit embellished.
For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Gramarye Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you?
If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land?
I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
The performance of Magnifi's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more, now that Link is out of the
7
Temple of
years.
Time.
That phrase sure likes to pop up a lot, doesn't it?
And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Performance rights.
Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifi's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws.
Intellectual property, maybe?
Magnifi knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person.
You mean him?
Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zack Gramarye was the inheritor of the Gramarye miracle.
Daddy.
Yes, as you well know, he is gone. He had to go, his planet needed him, 7 years ago.
I think I see where this story is going. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct?
In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence, well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years.
Ah!
Yes, Miss Trucy, though it pains me to say it. This past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifi passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo?
Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently.
Daddy.
How do you feel about your own ticket?
Oh! A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me.
Ah,
I will eat it.
no thanks. Are all witches like this?
Yes. Apollo, what was that dirty look for just now? I'm not gonna eat you.
I'm just thinking how hard it is to get information out of a magician.
I'm just gonna take a little bite. Ow.
I was wondering if you could tell me about this.
Why, that bears the Gramarye seal.
Uncle Valent, is something wrong?
Trucy, where did you get this?
Huh? Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy, my partner Zack?
No, my other Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy
Take a screenshot.
Lord Daddy. Fucking Lord Daddy. You ever have your Lord Daddy? Work! Let me get save again, just in case. Shift F1. I gotta remember that Shift F1. Work!
You could remap that to a single button if you felt like it.
Lord Daddy, it's kind of stretching the whole
You know, like the equipment you start with in Tears of the Kingdom.
I know what it is, but my brain's not working.
Okay, archaic.
Archaic, there we go. Thing a bit. I see this word so often. It's so funny because I see it so often when studying archaeology. Archaic. There we go.
Archaeology.
the signature upon the back. Do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zack Gramarye.
What? Daddy signed this?
Might I be so bold as to open it?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that.
Can't let you do that, Star Fox.
What's in this envelope, I wonder?
I don't think he cares about anything else here. Anyway, thank you for that.
Why would your Lord Daddy?
Actually, can I check it now? Can I open it?
Didn't Daddy say not to?
Yeah, but I don't know. Apollo could be. You can't run my attorney's badge? Nope.
I'm going to eat that. It looks like a crawler.
I'm not sure there's anything else he would care about.
Hey, would you like some coffee?
Would you like some coffee?
Oh, why thank you. I would love to parch my thirst.
Then he falls over.
So a journalist was here on a story.
All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens, all penis seek to commit its mysteries to paper.
His name was Brushel?
Brushel, 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 brush your teeth every day.
I think he remembers him.
Doesn't look too happy about it.
Brushel. That cloying smell of mint when he smiles, yes.
Could you tell us more about him? What did he want?
These nuts.
Brushel. Mr. Brushel, journalist.
A man by that name called on me just now.
Just now.
Balanced vision is always toward tomorrow. Balanced feet step always forward. That is all.
That's all. Very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show, yes? I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had ears only for that incident.
That incident.
In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died, what of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Gramarye.
Uncle Valent, do you know where the reporter went?
I recommended he visit that place popular with penalized perpetrators.
Detention center.
He was a rude individual. Might I see that card?
Sure.
You would tear apart my respectability? I will tear him apart.
Ooh, here it comes, Apollo. Uncle Valent's big magic trick.
Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic.
What happened to the big magic?
Is it not more miraculous for it to stay ripped?
He must have really not liked that journalist.
Now the time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations.
You're not gonna like Sparky. You're not gonna like Brushel either.
By your leave, Miss Trucy.
That's alliteration right there.
Thanks, Uncle Valent.
Or that annotation.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle.
What do you think that journalist was after? Why did Valent react like this to this envelope?
I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit, player.
I guess they want me to go to the detention center. Hi, Mr. Wright. How are you doing? Don't mind me, just go to the detention center. October 7th, detention center, visitors room.
I think I hear what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. No, not at all.
Looks like someone's already meeting here.
Maybe that reporter?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Hey there, how you doing? Who might you be?
SpongeBob in real life be like? Sorry, we didn't know someone was already here. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk about a nervous monkey.
You? You're Justice? You?
I'm uncomfortable. Also, look, it's the feather thing we saw. You know me.
Do I know you? Of course I know you. Stares down witnesses on stand till they spill beans. End quote.
That's not true. What's he writing?
Are you a reporter by any chance? Whoa, you're Trucy. Eh? Am I famous? Oh yeah.
I don't like this guy. At all.
Told ya. Called it.
Oh my god.
Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties. End quote. Eee! That is so not true. Let's hold on to your britches there. I'll wrap up this interview in a jiffy. Interview? So, guard, I think I know what's going on here. Guarding rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with him. Did you come here to interview the guard? Ooh-wee, what a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy. End quote. Huh?
I should have guessed.
Where are my manners? Name's Brushel. Smart Brushel. I'm not picky. Journalist just closes his eyes. Writes. End quote.
What's this nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins?
Until you've been interviewed by me, you don't know what thrilling is. End quote. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem, madness. End quote.
I can see that. He's writing something again. Well, if he's a reporter, maybe he knows something. Alright, Brushel.
So, Mr. Brushel, you're a journalist? Ah, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record here. Yes? I'm the interviewer. You understand, yeah? I'm the one asking the questions here. End quote. Okay. For instance, you think a movie director watches movies? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I think he probably does, yeah. Exactly. I knew you'd understand.
I don't think I understand. I have the crime.
So, the night of the murder, you were at Drew's studio? Who, me? Look, let me state one thing for the record. Yes. I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Journalist always buys one-way tickets, never looks back, end quote. I can understand that philosophy, but... You want to know the thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport. Good enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too? Exactly, see? It's the same thing.
What?
What is? They're just already done with this guy's shit. So, you went to do a story on Drew Misham, and he'd never had a story done about him before? Right, look, let me state one thing for the record here.
Not again.
Another fucking metaphor? What?
This guy...
I'm sure you're gonna want to know.
Anyway.
You're thinking this guy is like Godo if he wasn't hot?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna want to know about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why do the interview in the first place? Well, yeah. Look, it's like... Oh, I've got it! Say there's this burger joint with fabulous ketchup. You think the guy's gonna tell me where he got it? At the supermarket, maybe? Exactly, see? That's what I'm talking.
I think I may have actually understood that one.
Well, there's nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers, end quote.
Right, guess we'll leave then.
Ah, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw, just for the heck of it. Sure, tell us, just for the heck of it.
I have to cross-examine this guy. Ah,
I have to keep voicing this guy.
yeah, that's unfortunate
I remember it like it was yesterday, because it was. I'd seen a movie on a trip and wandered into this burger place with amazing ketchup when an article in a tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen from art dealer's gallery. End quote. I believe it was.
an oil painting.
Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down a river.
Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach.
Journalists can smell scoop better than burgers. End quote.
Not sure which one.
Ah, right. Let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're gonna say. Russell, take this. Write brilliant column. End quote.
No. I don't think so.
Look, buddy, I write brilliant columns about one thing, and that's food. Try to understand. If you
What
only
could
write
he
about
possibly
food,
be
why did
writing?
you Drew?
He didn't listen to a word I said.
Okay, so that's his generic response. Ah, right. Let me go on the record here. Yes? I know what you're gonna say. Brush, I'll take this write brilliant column. End quote. Look, buddy, there's only one thing I write columns about. That's food.
I don't present the paintings?
Maybe present the coffee mug?
I missed something here? No?
No, I think we're just done with him.
Grammary's not here.
Lucky us.
October 7th, Drew Studio. Well, how'd it go? Find anything out? Actually, there was one thing I want to check with you. Well, what's with that scary face you're making? And what's with the I know something but I'm not telling face you've got going, Emma? Okay, so I present this to her. Which one? I don't know. Hidden painting? This painting came from behind the dresser. Ah, yes, so? It was stolen, no? I was hoping you would figure that out. Do you think you could tell us a bit about this? I suppose. It's what you think. Drew Misham was a forger.
A forger? Like from Spy X Family?
Forger!
So what exactly is a forger?
Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Fakes, in other words.
Fakes?
Copies of an original. Exact copies, so precise you can't tell them apart.
Well, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. Why not just photocopy them?
They make impasta among us. Anyway, the big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as the real article. Have you ever played Animal Crossing? Remember that fox guy that comes to the island? It's a crime, of course.
Have you ever played a... Have you ever played Among Us? So Drew Mission was...
A criminal, I'm afraid so. He received money to create elaborate forgeries. To supplement his work in illustration, I guess.
I see.
Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place.
What do you mean?
When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath can be a valuable clue.
So the rough sketch is like practice for the full thing. Like doing a magic spell in front of a mirror before you go on stage.
But not in the case of forgery, not necessarily anyway. You know what the finished product will look like after all.
Oh, yeah, I guess you would.
That's why I brought this. I might use it to see what's under the paint of the finished pieces.
I get it now.
But I really needed to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings was only half finished anyway.
Still, it'd be neat to see Mr. Misham's rough sketches. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking.
True, that would be interesting. And may be valuable for our case.
You should try buttering her, Apollo. Flattening will get you everywhere, they say.
Maybe I should ask Emma to help us out.
Do I just present the other painting now? I kinda wanted to see the rough sketch under this painting. I was wondering if your tool there might do the trick.
Oh, fine, just this time, though.
Let's check it out.
I'll join. No. The other way.
We're going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down, swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded god complex, cock it and pull it. We're going down, down.
Why is this? It looks like gambling cards, maybe?
Huh. Kinda reminds me of the first case.
Very much so. Oh, yeah, this very much looks like something from the first case.
Okay, let's print this one out.
A, 2, 3, 4. What the heck?
What the heck? Wow, he really blows. This finished painting isn't anything like the rough.
Devices like mine don't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted for the rough.
What do you mean?
Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch.
Composition?
In other words, the traces of charcoal between paint and canvas. So you could tell if there had been...
simping again, by the way.
Not surprised. So you could tell if there had been a rough sketch. But not what it looked like. Well, not what it looked like.
Ah, I think I follow you. So, in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting.
Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely, and do a completely new painting on top of that.
So Mr. Misham was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over them?
Possibly. Is there a problem with that?
Not particularly, but something about the sketch itself was kind of odd.
You're awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo.
You think we could check out one of the other paintings?
Well, sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you?
This is kind of cool, though.
If my Nintendo DS stylus that I totally am legally using.
You are not legally authorized to use Nintendo DS. Stand down or we will open fire.
What's this? Looks like... I'm not sure yet. House? Tsunami? Okay,
Oh,
let's
the noodle
check this one
stand.
out. Oh, it is the noodle stand. I saw this and I thought it was a tsunami, but yeah, no, that's the noodle stand. That's weird. This one too.
What's wrong, Polly? You look so serious all of a sudden.
These are following all my cases for some reason, Trucy. It's very weird.
I have a stalker.
Do you
Fan.
think I could
A
just look
stan.
at the last of these?
Fine by me, knock yourself out.
Okay. Now, if we just don't have anything about a shark, I think we should be fine.
A shark or a guitar on fire.
Or, something about a guitar, looks like. Oh boy.
Play the guitar. Play it again, my Johnny.
I think we have a stalker. Okay, let's
Oh,
bring
sweet!
this
I
one
love
out.
Jimi Hendrix.
I think we have a stalker! What the heck is all this?
I just asked why you're getting so excited.
You're sure your device isn't leaking some kind of strange radiation
Trucy,
and letting us peer into the Spider-Verse?
look at these 3 sketches. Do you notice anything?
There.
Now you're both white as sheets. What's going on?
These sketches are the 3 cases I worked on.
What?
I honestly don't remember what the explanation for this twist is.
The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then... the events that transpired during the Gaviniers concert.
What could it mean? How could he have painted those things? And why?
That's what I want to know!
Wait, is Drew Misham your father?
Psychic?
Give me a break! Does that seem even remotely possible to you?
Well,
never
he was
even-
a forger and you're... Well, he was a forger and you're a defense attorney, therefore a liar.
I've never even heard of a Drew Misham before. I hadn't even seen a picture of him. But there were my cases drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them. It couldn't have been a coincidence. Just who was this Drew Misham? And what did he have to do with me?
And now for the next half hour of the next part. The first half hour of the next part.
October 8th, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 6.
Good morning.
So, you're Vera, right? I'm Trucy. Trucy Wright. That's right with a W, but not right, right? We're
on your side. You can tell us anything, like if you did it. Please?
Good morning.
She
she's just a bit
speaks.
slow. Not bad, not bad. But I think you'd do better with a little smile, you know? You should smile more. You'd be prettier if you smiled more.
That's literally what she's saying. God damn it, game.
Trucy, let's take it easy for starters. Thank you for taking my case. Okay, well that's a start, I guess. There she goes with the nail polish again.
That's great, really, it's so cultured.
Want to try?
Ooh, really?
Girls!
God damn it, Capcom.
The victim, Drew Misham, was a forger. And a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really. And maybe one that led to his death. I mean, they may go, though. So... October 8th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3.
Well, we will now begin the trial of Vera Misham.
Is the judge okay? His voice is all raspy and he's looking around all nervous like.
The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time, and may indeed alter our legal system forever.
Ah, Clavier.
Today is a test of the jury system. And the first step forward toward a new order in our courts. Daddy's secret mission. The jurists will function like a jury. So I don't know why we're not calling them a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will.
Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom?
Three closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times.
Whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
The jurists have access to everything that transpires.
Hot.
Jurists, Judge Well and Judge Cool.
Sorry, why do I play for a sec?
Now see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that.
Ah, my apologies, Herr Judge.
Jurists, today, judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind.
The jurists are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. And we're about to find out just what effect they're going to have.
Very well. Prosecutor Gavin, the details of the case, if you would.
The victim is the painter, Drew Misham. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask?
Godo?
By none other than the defendant, Vera Misham. I mean, it couldn't have been in the dark. She's dead.
There wasn't a poison in the coffee!
Achtung! Someone has been doing their homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself.
The bug? Ah, residue was found on the rim, I see.
The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death.
The court accepts this as evidence.
Show me the photo, the court record. I'm gonna look at
According
that.
According to this autopsy report,
Death by Watson. 9 to 9:30. Why is it always such a big time gap?
Because your mom. Are you not gonna click check?
Name. Drew Misham, age 52, male, time of death, October 6th, between 9 and 9:30 p.m. Cause of death. I don't remember how to say it.
Atropinine.
Atroquinine poisoning. Oh, quad. That's like a. Is this? I feel like this. It definitely has Latin roots, but qua, French word, 9. Atroquinine.
Pourquoi?
Yeah, that makes sense now. Atroquinine. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
the victim's death was caused by atroquinine poisoning.
A chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams.
Damn.
A touch of atropinine in the body, is the touch of the Reaper's side.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. You may present your witness.
No.
I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety.
That journalist, no doubt.
The witness will state his name and occupation. Ah, right. Well, for starters, my name's Spark Brushel. My job is a lone observer to the world.
In other words, a freelance journalist, right?
If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record.
Yes, Mr. Burchell?
I dislike conclusions, specifically the jumping to aspect of conclusions. Preconceptions make park sandbox of endless desert waste. End quote.
But you are a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday.
Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Burchell into that Mr. Burchell. End quote.
Let's hear your testimony then, shall we?
A simple case, eh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out.
The journalist's story. End quote. I visited the studio around 9 that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the atelier. Journalistic history made. End quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next? Star falls. End quote. No one else entered the room beside her the whole time.
That does sound like an open and shut case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him.
What do you say, Judge?
Need I remind you, the cameras are rolling today. I felt the need to be a bit dramatic.
You didn't do it, did you? Because if you did, we would be totally cool with that. Me do a thing like that? Come on, that's like... Newsmaker making the news, end quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations rock courtroom.
End quote. Rock indeed. Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun.
Doesn't he always look like he's having fun? I'm so happy for him.
Very well. Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
I'm not sure. 9 at night, isn't that a little late for an interview?
If the great painter if the great painter Drew Mission says come at 9, believe you me, I go at 9. The first, and as it turned out, last interview with such a prolific painter.
Right. Can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? You were the first reporter ever in Drew's studio.
Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all mankind, but a giant step for that Brushel guy. End quote. If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed was done by an insider.
By which he means Vera did it.
So how did this epic-making interview go? They still brought us coffee right after we started.
Would you mind being a little more specific?
Ooh-wee, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade.
That's not what I meant!
Yes, it is. I believe I know what her forehead is driving at. This coffee the victim was served. Did anyone other than the defendant touch it?
Right, that! That's what I was going to say, really.
I know you so well, baby. Well, now, if you've got a question to ask, you'd best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits, several times, if necessary. Write for a grade school. End quote. That's my motto. Which isn't to say I can only write grade school level.
Who touched the coffee?
Your mom. Dunno. I was in the back looking at the studio's equipment when she served it. And what happened next? Star falls, end quote.
What's this about a star falling?
Star falls, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money, over. Owie, you don't know. That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passes away. A star falls. Get it? But there's no gravity in space, is there? I wouldn't think stars could fall, really.
Does this matter?
Oh boy, this is good stuff, good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, next punch. I know, star dies. Nah, next imagination. Of course, you could go with Drew dies, straight to the point. I like it.
I think we need to hear about something a little more substantial. The moment death, the coffee, the star's coffee.
Brushel's coffee.
Yeah. So, you drank the coffee that Vera served you too?
Of course. When someone serves you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though. I was too busy drinking coffee.
But you're still alive, which is to say you didn't die.
Of course not. No point falling before you're a star. End quote. I'm immune to poison.
That's not exactly what I was getting at.
What were you getting at then? I don't even know.
I mean,
sometimes.
It doesn't matter. Like, I know that he didn't die if he drank the coffee, but that's fine, because the coffee wasn't poisoned, it was the cup that was poisoned. I already know this.
You know the poison was on the rim, not in the coffee. Oh, yes! There were 2 cups on the tray she brought. And one of the cups had Drew's signature painted on the side.
No chance the guest would take that one by mistake, I guess.
Well, Mr. Justice, was that testimony important?
No. That's Spanish for no.
So Bruce drank the coffee too. Doesn't look like this is going to lead to much.
Very well, please continue with the testimony.
I want
By
process.
which I mean backtrack to the previous statement and ask him about something else I made. Because that's what you always do, Mr. Justice. Just like your mentor.
Straight to the point.
You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee?
Of course. He who sees it wins, but he who says it wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about it world. Yet,
Yet.
I guess I can't say I saw him drink it, really. He had one so-called sip, if that. Man puts lips to mug, drinks. Drinks? End quote.
That poison is quite virulent, I hear.
My stomach did a so-called somersault. Since I'd gulped down that coffee without so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there. Some kind of so-called trick. Anyone want to venture a guess, for the record?
Does this guy have a pause button?
No.
Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable?
Coffee Mr. Misham drank. That has to be important somehow, does it? Nah.
Nah.
Very well, please continue with the testimony, by which I mean what I said before.
Apollo seemed to have thought that was important. I am gonna look at the last statement though.
He considered that it might be important, and then decided, nah, it's not.
About when Mr. Misham passed away.
Oh boy, what a scene that was. He put his coffee mug down with a crash, right?
Yes, and then?
Then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Life's flame sputters and falls. So cold was that touch, he could do naught but tremble uncontrollably. Actually, life's flame is a little tired. Life's river froze over? Yes, that's a go. I think he's doing his article already.
Could you describe that a little more simply?
Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Next thing you know, as they say, Shotty got low, 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 as they say. Artist seizure is final performance, end quote.
Atroquinine paralyzes the central nervous system. The body arches back like a bow. The limbs tremble, the throat burns.
That's quite enough of that. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh, yeah? Well, I want details. Lots of juicy gory.
For that you can listen to our last year's hit single. Atroquinine, My Love, by the Cavaliers. Available at all major music outlets like HMV.
The point here is that the victim died of atroquinine poisoning. Well, Mr. Justice, how did you find that testimony?
I still don't know which testimony is important. What's Apollo say? What's Apollo say?
This one isn't.
The moment of Mr. You think the moment of Mr. Misham's death would be important. Mr. Bruce's story really didn't tell us anything we already know. Okay, so I think
Very
it's
well, please continue with the testimony.
So it must be the second one, because that was the only one where Apollo said that seemed important. Nah. So I'm gonna keep that statement. I'm using my intelligence here. Oh,
You have that?
sometimes.
I must have been sick that day.
I didn't know I could speed like this.
Yeah, if you hold down the button.
The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over.
Oh, yes, you can go to press with that one.
Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add to the testimony.
Because atroquinine takes 15 minutes to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. The witness will add this to his testimony.
So if Drew took a sip and then just died immediately, that wasn't a troponine.
Yeah, it was a
Vital.
different poison.
Right.
I think I just remembered what's in that tiny frame.
He had one sip, if that.
The next moment, he was on the floor.
Next thing you know, Shorty got low, 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 low.
So he either took a sip or he did, and then fell over.
Oh yes, indubitable. Just like that. Wham bam, thank you ma'am.
So Mr. Measham drank the coffee and fell over immediately. I think Burchell's telling the truth, too. Should I get him to talk about something else?
No need.
No real need to change the testimony. Problem with the testimony is already pretty obvious.
So I guess we have like something in the court record that says that troponine takes 15 minutes.
I'm gonna see now.
Slow acting deadly poison.
Yep, that's probably it. I'm just gonna look at the rest we have here. Story contains seriousness. I should probably read what this actually says. I don't think I read this yet. Mr.
Drew Measham, I have deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once confirm the transfer.
Once you've confirmed.
Once you've confirmed the transfer. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp with something days.
Within days.
I need not remind you to speak of this to no one.
We already know what's underneath the painting.
Am I in time with the music at all? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I would have thought with like the Discord delay, like I'd be out of sync.
No.
And I would just be annoying you with my do.
You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used. I will get it. I got it earlier. I said Mason. Atroquinine.
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 And I also have a problem with your face. Oh, Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile of shit.
Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information.
An omission?
Atroquinine is as virulent as he says, but death doesn't come upon ingestion not immediately. That's because atroquinine is slow acting.
Slow acting? Well, what?
According to one forensic scientist, it's one of the most virulent.
Virulent.
Why is it not virulent?
Let me Google that actually. How to pronounce virulent. Oh.
I just wonder why it's
Virulent.
beer instead of vir. But English is also weird.
It is what it is. Virulent. This is the American pronunciation. Google also offers the British pronunciation.
What's that?
They're exactly the same. Just in one of them, the computer has a British accent.
So virulent.
No, it's virulent.
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 It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly.
Virulent. Okay.
Usually it's 15 minutes from time of Justin for adverse effects of show.
If we suppose at the moment Mr. Measham sipped the coffee was when he sealed the fate, then he would still have had time to enjoy his last cup of joe. I skipped past it a little bit.
You learning new pronunciations is pushing old pronunciations out of your memory.
Yeah.
Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, why, that contradicts the entire testimony we've just heard!
Well, Mr. Burchell, anything to say on the record?
Slow acting. Slowwact. It was virulent, all right. Even then, it had already begun digging its claws into the journalist. He's working on a scoop.
Objection!
It's Brushel, yeah? Herr Brushel? Let's take a trip back down memory lane.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song.
Huh? Our CAMPFIRESONG song? And if you don't think that we can't sing it faster then you're wrong, but it'll help if you just sing along, end quote. Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over, this is vital. You know what I think? No. I think that was
I don't think you think.
a not-so-subliminal suggestion, end quote. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when angels deserve to die, end quote. I admit, it does cause a problem if he died when you say he died. I would be forced to say Auf Wiedersehen to my simple case. That's German for goodbye. And you would be forced to say farewell to your article. Come again? You can't write the story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent. And you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye. So this is just blatant witness tampering.
In court,
Scoop.
is the jury not going to be like, this is kind of sus? Also, what the fuck is this gift?
Yeah, you can tell it. You can tell his name is supposed to be Brushel and not Brushel because of his
Brushel.
toothbrush theme.
Yeah, brush off. There we go.
Look, just wait a second, just 1 second.
We're waiting, out with it.
I think I just recalled a so-called important detail. The revival of recollection, end quote. A story survival, end quote.
Attorney utterly confused. End quote.
Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard a poison that tasted sweet time, see? But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently.
Mr. Brushel, are you saying you noticed something that explains what happened?
You bet I am. The antidote for a poisonous contradiction, end quote. You might say.
Or, I still have no idea what you're talking about. End quote. I might say.
I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. See, thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee.
Order!
As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his death. That Mr. Misham died the instant after he drank. Of course I'm standing by my testimony. And my dream of exclusive rights to this story. I suppose it was too much to hope for.
What was?
Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him.
Him?
My boyfriend, Your Honor.
I of course refer to Daddy Phoenix. Who
Oh.
else? He was my ex-boyfriend. Before Herr Forehead. Achtung, Herr Bruschel. Report for us if you would.
I say brushel instead of brushel because of my accent. What was it that you noticed?
This court is a critical trial of the jury system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed.
And that's where we're end tonight.
What Brushel noticed? Oh, we're stopping now. Okay. I guess we'll. I guess I'll talk again on Wednesday. End quote.
That'll be it for tonight's Twitchcraft. You can catch us on my channel again on Wednesday with more of this. And unfortunately, you won't catch us on Mikey's channel tomorrow because I have a sleepover. But you can catch us on his channel on Thursday for more Blastermaster 02. With
Unfortunately,
frog holes.
Unfortunately, I, Spark Brushel, everyone's new favorite Ace Attorney character, will not be in Blaster 02. But I will be in the next Apollo Justice session. Hope to see you there. Bye.
Bye, Twitchcraft. Love you all.